grew up. Toastmaster Paltanovich, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and especially Toastmaster Beltran. Wow, I was blown away. What a wonderful icebreaker. I heard no nervousness. He stood up here. He chose to be behind the lectern, which is perfectly fine. I had noticed originally he had his notes laid out on the lectern, very organized, but he did something very special. Even though they were laid out and he did use notes, he still made contact with the whole audience. He knew it. I think you used it as a crutch, which is great, not a problem. New Toastmasters, don't be intimidated. Use the lectern, use notes. It's the beginning. When you're up to 5 and 6, well, now that's another story. But I think you did a wonderful job. You also had a very catchy opening. You had organization. He took us from his childhood to the United States, back to Colombia, back to the United States, to Spanish River, to sports. He gave us a whole litany of his life in 4 to 6 minutes, which was outstanding. And he closed with a wonderful statement. So he had it all. How do we improve on that? How do we make it even better? Because there's always room for improvement. I have 3 suggestions in my opinion. Number 1, in the beginning, you mentioned your name again. And a lot of Toastmasters do that when they're new. In your introduction is the time for your title, is the time for your name. We don't need it again. You lose precious seconds by stating it again. The other thing I noticed, we always want to dress above the audience. Tie, a jacket. And that's when we're either a Toastmaster or when we're giving a speech. The other roles, not necessarily so. But we always want to show the audience that we're a step above as a speaker. But I had a hard time finding things to suggest. My main concern would have been swaying. And a lot of times that's nerves, and a lot of times that's just motion. So I challenge you for your next speech to stay still, plant your feet, and talk to us. And I believe you'll notice in the video, and that's the greatest thing about our videos, you can see the suggestions, because you don't have to agree with the evaluator or your comments. You should agree with the video. Phenomenal, excellent, great job, wonderful smile.